let's discuss about separate ways of passing argument. To do, I will just create first one function and then it will help us to explain that whole scenario. So I will just do a function called myself. So function about me, and that except name, I will just annotate that, which is a string, and it expect age, and that will be a integer, and then it expect height, that will be float. So the type is float 64, I think it's fine. Okay, and then it will just print line, my name is $name, I am $8 years old, and I am $IGHT, height, centimeter, tall. So what it does, that's called using the variables in the string interpolation. So we are having the variables and then adding directly into the string with the $sign, and we are interpolating and then print it. So now we have a function which is about me, and I can first create that function. But now here the problem is, when someone uses that function, they have to put everything in exact order in the function. So if I put about me, and then if I put data psycho, and then if I put the height first, let's say 158.0, and then age is 25, it's not going to work because it wants the function in exact order, like the arguments. Or if I put like I am 30.5 years old, then as we already know, the annotation expect that the second variable have to be integer. It will not also run. So what you have to do, we have to exactly pass exactly pass the each position and the values for each position, and that will be like 158, so, or 168, and it throws no method matching about string int, so that should be a float, which we have forgotten. So it returned that. But what if I want to have some default values and I don't want to pass them in order? So to do that, I can have the same function. So now if I put semicolon at the beginning, now these are optional variables, all of them. And also I can put optional values for this, like some default values. So I can put age. If you don't provide any age, I will initialize that with -999. And if you don't provide height, I will initialize with -999.0. So now all of these are optional, but in some cases maybe you want to have the name should be must given, So we will also see that case. So I will just run that. Syntax problem, missing comma. Okay, so that will be like variables, optional values, not annotation. So that's what it's talking about. So now I have defined about me. Now I can put but now in that case, all of these are optional. So I have to put key value pair as a pair when I'm providing the name. So I have to put name equal data psycho, age equal 30, or I can just change the order. Height equal 168.0 and age equal 30. But now even I put wrong orders, it takes that function and run it. Or if we want to have the name mandatory, we can define same function a little bit of different way. So here I put the age and the things are optional, and then I can put the name is mandatory like that way, or the previous way will also work because I didn't put any default values here. So you have to provide name, but you have to provide the name as a key value in that case. But if we put that as a first variable with not optional, then in that case you have the first position have to be the name. So I will just put that like that, and then about me, and the first position you have to provide the name, and you don't need to give name equal. So I can just put data psycho, and the rest can be the same. So I can put the height and age in not in order, but it should work. So that's how you can see it works. So there is 3 different ways, but it based on the way like your you should choose the function based on the way you need. And I will also discuss one important thing. So as you can see, we have defined 3 functions. In case of Python, it should overwrite each other. So the latest function, which was that one, should be saved as a last version of the function. But in case of Julia, it remembers all the functions if it has different way of definition. So here we need everything. Here we need key value pairs, and all of them are optional. And here we need the first place is fixed, and the second place and third place are optional. So these are considered as 3 different methods. And how we can check that? There is a handy function called methods, and we can put the function name about me, and it will show us all these 3 definitions. So it considered this, even it has the same name, but because of the having different way of the definition, it considered that 3 function is 3 different functions. And actually that is called multiple dispatch. So based on the value you provide, it will choose any one of these 3, and it will run that. But also when choosing that, it might create issues when you have same name with different complex types. So it's called ambiguity. So the compiler won't be able to select the version. And I encourage you to study about that. In our whole project, we haven't faced this kind of problems, so I'm not going to discuss about that. You should check for function ambiguity for the Julia. I will just stop that discussion here, and actually that's a minimal thing we need to know, the keyword arguments and the fixed arguments. And the next video we will discuss about the type and initializer of the types. Thanks.